The Elder Scrolls Online is being released on PC this week. Early access has already started for those that pre-ordered. I've played the beta for the past few months, so I just want to give my quick thoughts on the game. Now, I've been a fan of the Elder Scrolls series since like the late 90s. I used to play a lot of Daggerfall, Morrowind, and Oblivion back in the day, but I never really beat them. I just liked the open world sandbox aspect of them. And then around 2008, I was like, you know what? Let me try going through the whole series, starting with the first one, Arena. I finished that and I recorded it all and put it on YouTube on my other channel. You can check it out at my Vaz7 channel. I beat Arena, I beat Daggerfall, Battlespire, and right now I'm just finishing up Morrowind. The only games I really haven't played yet are Redguard because I couldn't get it to run properly, and Skyrim. I'm saving that for last. But anyways, let me get back to this game. Let's start with the graphics. They're pretty good. The world visuals look pretty nice for a MMORPG, and the game seems to run really smooth. I didn't seem to have any frame rate issues even when recording. The characters looked okay. It has your standard MMO customization sliders, so you could probably make the character you want, or at least not make a character that's very ugly. The only thing I thought looked weird in this game was my character's body when in third person mode. His body just seems very square to me. I don't know if it's because it's lower polygons or what, but that plus the way he like sort of slouches forward. I don't know, I just don't get that feeling when I look at the characters third person in the single player games. The music in this game is good, but at the same time it's not memorable. The Elder Scrolls series always had fantastic music. You could play me a song from the series and I could tell you what game it's from, unless it's from Skyrim of course, because I haven't played Skyrim. But in this game it's just sort of kind of boring really. I think I eventually just turned it off and started playing my own music. I think the one positive thing this game has over the old games would be the voice acting. One of the things that bugged me a little bit in Morrowind and Oblivion was that most of the NPCs seemed to be voiced by the same 4 or 5 people. And I did not get that feeling in this game, which is a good thing. But there is celebrity voice acting, which I never understand. Why do video game developers get so many celebrities to do voices in their games? I would imagine that they cost more to hire than regular voice actors, right? So what's the point? Is it just to attract more attention to the game? I guess having celebs does cause some extra news headlines about the game, but as a player, it just doesn't change my stance on the game. I'm not gonna plunk down $60 because Kate Beckinsale read a few lines for the game. So to me, it just seems like wasted money. The UI is very minimalistic when you are just running around, which is good. However, everything else about the UI is pretty mediocre. Although I guess I shouldn't expect much from it since it's gonna be on consoles. The thing I probably hate the most is the HP bar. Why would they make it shrink from both sides? How am I supposed to tell exactly how much health I have like that? There should be an option to let you change it to the normal way and have some numbers. Apparently that was something taken from Skyrim. Thankfully, there seems to be an add-ons option. I did a quick Google search and found a website which seems to have UI add-ons that can fix that problem. So that's good. Let's talk about combat. Combat is one of the most important aspects of an MMORPG since it's always something you do a lot in them. So how is it in this game? Very poor. It just feels very sluggish and unresponsive. It's hard to explain unless you played it. You click the left mouse button for a quick attack, but something about it just feels off. I can't quite put my finger on it. I think it has something to do with the animation and the delay before you can click again to swing. Maybe I've just been playing Morrowind too much. In Morrowind it's very responsive. When I click the mouse, he immediately attacks, and I can pretty much click attack right away again. Same with the strong attack where you hold the mouse button down, and then you let go to do more damage. It feels fine in Morrowind, but in Elder Scrolls Online it feels like garbage. I installed Oblivion and Skyrim to see how they feel since I haven't played Oblivion in years, and Skyrim, like I said, I haven't really played. And it feels okay on Oblivion, but in Skyrim, it kind of feels the same way as it does in this game. So I can see this game takes a lot of aspects of Skyrim. Character leveling is pretty different in this game compared to the single player games. In normal Elder Scrolls games, you can create your own class and pick your own skills. In this game you have to choose from one of 4 classes. Then you can use whatever weapon and armor which have their own skill lines. The problem is that they all feel the same. I've tried one-handed weapons, two-handed weapons, ranged weapons, and they all have that clunky feeling to me. And all the cool spells from the series are gone and replaced with generic MMORPG abilities. Which is a real shame because the series always had really fun magic to use. I did not mess with the PvP, so I can't really say much about it. Apparently it's just in one zone. It's kind of like a big PvP battle area, like what most MMOs seem to have these days. I'm more of a PvP server type of guy though. I don't know if the story in this game is considered canon or non-canon, but apparently it messes up a lot of the old lore from previous games. I never really played the games for the story, so I couldn't tell you what they really messed up. But if you Google Scrollacost, you'll see a lot of angry people and a lot of funny images and stuff too. There's even one of those Adolf Hitler parody videos. I always enjoyed the series because they always had a huge world to explore. It was very open, you could do whatever you want, it felt very free. I could just go traveling, find dungeons, or I could be a dick and like pickpocket people, break into houses, become a murderer, get chased by the guards, do whatever I feel like. It's kind of like Grand Theft Auto game, you just run around and do stupid stuff and it's fun. But when you turn it into an MMO, all that's gone. You can't attack NPCs, and when you go inside dungeons and stuff, all the immersion is lost because you have like all these people on top of you doing the exact same thing. It's like here, I'm going in a dungeon and it's like tons of people are doing the same exact quest I'm doing. I don't even have to fight this little mini boss or whatever it is, because everyone's doing it for me. And then we all just crowd around the chest and grab what we need. And then I run out. Man, that quest was so fun. And the other thing, like all the zones felt very closed in. They all had walls and mountains everywhere and like it was a pain in the ass to get around. If this was like Morrowind or Daggerfall, I could use Levitate and other cool spells to help me get around these things, but no, none of that's in this. And then when I tried to exit to the other zones, it wouldn't let me. It was like, you have no permission to go here. Of course, that's a beta thing, I'm pretty sure. At least I hope so, because beta only lets you access certain areas. You can swim in this game, but you cannot swim underwater, because it'd be too much work to put in a feature that even an Elder Scrolls game had in 1996. So don't expect to find any sunken ships or underwater dungeons. Oh hey, there's an interesting looking ship. Let me go check it out. Oh god! I'm sorry, Zenimax gods. I tried to explore in your game. I won't do it anymore, just stop hurting me. Why do I have this feeling of deja vu? One thing that sounded cool to me when I first heard about them were the dark anchors. When they first start, they make this really loud noise, and then these huge hooks come slamming down. Visually, it's very cool to see in game. Unfortunately, every time I went to one, it was either empty or a few mobs would spawn and then randomly stop from, I guess, bugging out. I wouldn't have minded so much if the portal would have just gone away, but it was always there and always looked like a dark anchor spot. It'd be nice if they would just randomly appear in the world instead of just being in the same spots all the time. I did find a tiny portal that randomly appeared on the beach and spawned 3 enemies, or at least I think it spawned 3 enemies. When I got close, I saw the enemies there already, but I'm guessing their intention was to have the things falling from the portal turn into enemies. Anyways, I don't know if that's something that will always happen in that particular spot, or if that just happens randomly in the world. If someone knows, let me know. The last thing I tried before quitting the game was a group dungeon. Unfortunately, the only dungeon I saw was one that was like level 12 to 15, and the character I seen it with was only level 6. So since I wasn't high enough level to find a group, I just went inside by myself to take a look around. There were friendly NPCs at the entrance, so it made me think, I wonder if they can attack the enemies. So I pulled one to them, and sure enough, they killed it. Then I wanted to see if I could break the game and solo the place at level 6 by just doing that trick. One by one, I started clearing the place out. Eventually, I made it to the boss. Unfortunately, he was too much for me. He did this dash jumping attack that would instantly kill me. And so trying to get him to the NPCs was just too hard. I managed to pull him once though, but the NPCs didn't attack him. I'm not sure if it's either I just got unlucky with that pull or if he's just immune to getting attacked by them. Either way, that was probably the most fun I had with the game, which is pretty sad that I get more enjoyment out of messing with the game's bugs than the actual game. I messed around with the starting zone boss as well. It's early in the game and you see this imposing figure and you think, oh cool, boss fight. Better dodge his attacks. But then you find out that you are in no danger since the friendly NPC is healing you, which makes it impossible to die. Also, the NPC throws out fireballs as if he's helping you fight, but he's really doing no damage. And he can't take damage. If you do nothing, they will fight each other in a never-ending battle. Just another immersion breaker for me.
Hurry! We must go now!
Oh, I have to go in there? I jump in! Oh, you have to stop and click E. So in closing, I just want to say that it's a very poor attempt at an MMO, and an even worse attempt at an Elder Scrolls game. Everything that's fun and unique about the Elder Scrolls is stripped away. It's just another theme park single player MMO, which I've seen a lot of lately. The problem with this one is that they are charging $60 plus a monthly fee, plus more if you want the Imperial race or to play any race in any alliance. They basically left something out of the game just to charge you extra for it. Why would you support that? There are so many better MMOs out there that are either free to play or don't have monthly fees. We'll have to see how it does on the consoles first, but I feel like this game is another Star Wars: The Old Republic, and will eventually go free to play in the future.